Here we go. They're off in the Goffs Thyestes Handicap Chase. 17 fences to jump as they rise at the first. It is Spanish Harlem landing just in the lead from Intense Raffles, and between them is the top weight high class Hero. Over the far side is Kay de Bourbon, followed by She Could Be Anything in answer to Cave in the fighting line. Yeah Man and Velvet Elvis and Hattie de Zongre, followed up to the bend by Will Do on the inside of Search for Glory in the white cap. So one settling down, competition for the lead early on. Spanish Harlem, Intense Raffles. On the inside, answer to Cave with Kay de Bourbon, followed by She Could Be Anything. Yeah Man next, and then High Class Hero shuffle back a few places as they race up the far side to the first of four fences before the one across the top. And it is out wide Intense Raffles with alongside Spanish Harlem, and to the inner of those two is Answer to Cave as they approach the second fence. They're followed by Kay de Bourbon, She Could Be Anything, and Yeah Man. High Class Hero next, followed by Now Is the Hour. And on the inside is Will Do with Search for Glory, Hattie de Zongre and Better Times Ahead and Velvet Elvis. And these are being followed to the next fence. Pied Piper right up the inside as they take a ditch. High Class Hero made a mistake there. Jordan's is followed by Conjure's Hill as they make tracks to the next up the far side. Others towards the back end, Captain Cody and Shanbally Kid as Spanish Harlem rose first there at that next fence up the far side. Followed closely by Intense Raffles, and then She Could Be Anything, Answer to Cave, Kay de Bourbon and Will Do, Search for Glory, Yam and High Class Hero, Hattie de Zongre and Better Times Ahead. Now Is the Ardent Pied Piper and Velvet Elvis, then Conjure's Hill and Captain Cody. Is gone, Captain Cody and Paul Town, and exit at that fence on the climb. Shanbally Kid still trails the field. Up now to the next across the top. And it's Spanish Harlem by less than a length to Answer to Cave, Intense Raffles, Kay de Bourbon, followed by Will Do and She Could Be Anything. Search for Glory and Nippy Jump on the inside of Pied Piper. Then Better Times Ahead and Yeah Man and Hattie de Zongre and High Class Hero and Velvet Elvis. And Now Is the Hour has been knocked back towards rear division. It's followed by Conjure's Hill, Jordan's, and last of all is Shanbally Kid. A good run on the level before they reach the three fences in the straight. And it is Spanish Harlem and Sean Cleary-Farrell fractional leaders from Intense Raffles, J.J. Slevin. Right with them is Answer to Cave and John Shinnick, the Troy Town winners. Then Kay de Bourbon and Brian Hayes. Yeah Man is creeping into contention. Then She Could Be Anything and High Class Hero. Now Is the Hour, Hattie de Zongre, Velvet Elvis. Search for Glory and Will Do and Better Times Ahead, a bit worse than mid-division. And then Pied Piper, followed by Conjure's Hill, as they come to the first of the three fences in the straight. Spanish Harlem got that wrong, landed flat-footed. Intense Raffles right there on the stand side. More to the center is Answer to Cave, and further over in the white cap, Search for Glory with Will Do. On to the next ditch. Spanish Harlem heads to the completion of a circuit, just leading from Intense Raffles. She Could Be Anything, High Class Hero. In the middle of the fence is Kay de Bourbon with Answer to Cave. Over on the far side, Search for Glory with Will Do and Velvet Elvis, last year's second, just being pushed along momentarily. They've a circuit to go in the Goffs Thyestes Handicap Chase, and their tightly grouped Answer to Cave is back level with Spanish Harlem, followed by Kay de Bourbon and Intense Raffles. And then She Could Be Anything, Search for Glory and Will Do. Hattie de Zongre right on the heels of the leaders with Velvet Elvis, being followed up to the bend by Better Times Ahead and Yeah Man and Pied Piper. High Class Hero and Now Is the Hour. They've well past the halfway stage. Another 8 fences left to jump, and it's Answer to Cave on the inside of Spanish Harlem, being followed by Kay de Bourbon as the loose Captain Cody goes up in between the leaders. They're racing right across from the stands now with less than 10 furlongs to go and 8 more fences to jump. And it's Answer to Cave on the inside of Spanish Harlem, and there on the outer is the grey Intense Raffles with Kay de Bourbon a little slow there. Yam Man pecked on landing. Better Times Ahead onto the heels of the leaders. Then She Could Be Anything and Hattie de Zongre. Search for Glory and Will Do next, followed by High Class Hero. at the next fence on the far side and the second last ditch. In the lead, Spanish Harlem has built up an advantage of 3. Over Answer to Cave, Kay de Bourbon, Better Times Ahead. On the inside, Search for Glory with Will Do and Harry de Zongre next. They're followed by Yeah Man. Heading now to the last up the back straight. This fence will be 5 from the finish. And it is Spanish Harlem up there in front from the start. Leads Answer to Cave, Search for Glory and Will Do. Kay de Bourbon next with She Could Be Anything and Hattie de Zongre. Spanish Harlem hit that hard and Better Times Ahead is almost on terms with Rain Back. On the inside, Search for Glory with Answer to Cave and She Could Be Anything and Kay de Bourbon and Pied Piper and Hattie de Zongre and Will Do. And now's the on high class hero in Jordans and Yeah Man is beating a hasty retreat. Passed by Conyers Hill, then Shanbally Kid and Tense Raffles has dropped out tamely, and then Velvet Elvis. It is Spanish Harlem with 5 furlongs to go and 3 more fences left to jump. It is closely followed by Better Times Ahead, and then Answer to Cave. Up the inner is Search for Glory. Out wide, She Could Be Anything. Loads of chances. Then Pied Piper, followed then by Now Is the Hour and High Class Hero. Their heads turn for the final 3 fences, and Spanish Harlem has relinquished the lead. Out wide, She Could Be Anything with Now Is the Hour making rapid headway. Then Kay de Bourbon to the inside, Answer to Cave with Better Times Ahead looking poised. They straighten for the final 3 fences. And as they come to 3 out, on the stand side, She Could Be Anything. Now Is the Hour, Spanish Harlem, Better Times Ahead. Pied Piper down there. Yaman's pulled up. Also pulling up Velvet Elvis and High Class Hero. Up okay is Kevin Haley. Attends his partner, the second last. Spanish Harlem is nothing if not game here. From Better Times Ahead, Now Is the Hour, She Could Be Anything. The final fence coming up. Spanish Harlem over the line has lost. Sean Cleary-Farrell leaving in front. Better Times Ahead from Now Is the Hour. Pulling clear of She Could Be Anything. Better Times Ahead in real time with Now Is the Hour thrusting on the far side.
Well, I think we can now officially say that Gavin Cromwell is back in form. Gavin, what a day this has turned into. You've just won your first Thyestes Chase, completing a treble on the card. Talk us through how you're feeling right now.
Sure, it's brilliant. Sure, look at it. It's a cruel game when it's not going well, but you know, it's the one thing about it is when you have plenty of bad times, you'll appreciate the good times. So it's brilliant to get today.
Those last few weeks must feel like a distant memory now. And what a dramatic way to win your first Thyestes as well. Owen was just saying there he thought the game was probably up in between the last 2. Did you still feel there was hope?
No, I didn't. I was standing. I was watching it from the last, and he'd no stride at the last either. And listen, I couldn't believe it when he got up.
This horse for so long has been threatening to win one of these big handicaps. He's been fancied time and time again. How big a thrill is it for him to finally put them away and get it under his belt? Yeah,
listen, he's been a lovely, great horse to train, and you know, it can happen so many times where a horse has threatened to win a big one and never gets it, you know, and listen, it clicked for him today, and you know, he was a maiden over fences until now, and sure, it's a fantastic way to break your maiden.
Isn't it just? He is all stamina, this horse, isn't he? He's never done.
Yeah, you know, it's actually the first time he's got his ground since he won a Grade 2 hurdle in Haydock. It's just the way it's fallen for him, but it's been great.
Any plan for him? Obviously, this was a fantastic race to win and will be celebrated accordingly. Where do you reckon we might see him now?
Listen, I'd say we'll probably go back to the National Hunt Chase again. Now, I know he's going to have his winner's penalty for it, but he was running a big race when he fell to second last in it last year, and sure, he's entitled to go there again, you know, the triple suit.
Might be a bit of unfinished business there, perhaps. Talk to me about the young man on board. He has been some addition to your team, as Eoin Staples.
Yeah, he's a great lad. He's well able to ride. He's a lovely fella. Look, he's after going from £7 to £5 claim, and he's still great value for it. But he's improving all the time, and he'll keep going the right direction.
He seems to have a great attitude to go, obviously, with his talent in the saddle.
Yeah, absolutely, and a well-liked fella in the weigh room, I think, you know, and that says plenty too.
Owners as well, I'm sure, are going to enjoy this one to the full. Is this the first horse they've been involved with you?
No. The lads have been involved in different ways in different horses. yeah, listen, they'll enjoy it, and rightly so. He's been a good horse for them.
You've been coming to this meeting, I'm sure, for many years, like I have, well aware of the history. To have your name on that roll of honour, does that give you a bit of a warm glow?
Yeah, like it's huge. These races, you know, they are a part of history, and it's you know, it's great pop. It's always nice. It's great for everyone to win the money, but it's not all about that. You know, it's a part of history.
Let's hope this is the start of the Cromwell Renaissance. Gavin, it's been some day. Well done. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Gary.
Cheers.
Thank you.
What a season it's been for this man, Eoin Staples, and he's just won the Goffs Thyestes Chase, and now is the air in such dramatic fashion. Eoin, congratulations. I'd say you're walking on air at the moment.
Yeah, look, it doesn't feel real, Gary. Look, to get an opportunity like this, to even ride in a race like this, it's brilliant. Big thanks to Gavin and all of his owners. Yeah, it's just unbelievable, and to win it then is just a cherry on top, really.
This horse has been threatening for so long to win one of these big handicaps. Were you guys kind of the opinion that this could be his day, particularly with the ground coming right?
Yeah, exactly. Look, he's very good horse over over hurdles. He won a grade 2 and stuff. The class is always there. Just trying to pick out the race for him and stuff, and probably things didn't go right in the past, but everything went right today, and delighted.
Talk us through those closing stages. I mean, there was no shortage of drama. The horse in front, getting rid of the jockey at the last. Mark Walsh got hampered a couple of times. Did you really sniff your opportunity going to that final fence?
Look, I honestly thought I was bet going down to it. I had no trail at last. I just had to sit and suffer. I hope Sean's alright firstly. But my lad dug deep at the back of it, and he rallied the whole way to the line. He really grounded out on the ground.
I'm sure you're well aware of the history of this race. How special is it to put your name on that famous trophy?
Yeah, look, unreal. I'm a Wexford man originally, so I'm only an hour down the road, and it's a big day for all the South East to come from far and near.
You've got a lot of well-wishers here today, by the look of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's brilliant to get a big winner like this in a local enough crowd. It's dream stuff, really.
I know this link up with Gavin Cromwell, I know the yard has had a little bit of a quiet spell prior to today, but haven't they rebounded this afternoon? How huge has that been for your career?
Unreal. I can't thank Gavin enough. My agent Gary Cribben is doing an unbelievable job as well, but Gavin puts faith in me day after day, and just to repay him with this it's special. Yeah.
How do you top this? I suppose you're after winner of the Cheltenham Festival now. You'll be in demand with that £5.
Oh, I hope so. Look, it's a while away yet. We won't panic. There's a lot of races between there and then, so we'll try to win a few more of them before we get to Cheltenham.
For those who aren't aware of your background, Eoin, you were point to point, you were Colin Bowe. Was it Colin who kind of suggested you move on to Gavin's?
Yeah, look, through my whole amateur career, Colin was unbelievable, along with a lot of other people, Rob James and Andy Pearce. They were both, all three of them were exceptional to me. I got a brilliant grounding of brilliant people like Barry O'Neill, Rob James, riding out with them every day. Like, they're professionals with an amateur tag, and look, to win this is just special. Yeah.
I'm sure all those lads you mentioned there will be absolutely thrilled for you. You've taken every chance that's come your way. Well done. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Gary. Cheers. Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.